Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts and see what they're up to. As you can see, the entire crypto market has dropped again today. Almost everything is in the red, with a minimum drop of 3 or 4% for each coin you look at. Bitcoin's price is currently at $120,000, down 2% so far. We had predicted that this would happen based on the video we made 4 days ago. We talked about this candlestick and said it's a shooting star similar to the one formed here. When these types of candlesticks form near resistance, they cause the price to enter a correction or a reversal. As you can see, the price was rejected near this resistance, and then the next candle went up, taking out the liquidity, meaning the traders who were shorting Bitcoin here had their positions closed and liquidity was collected. Now the price is heading down toward the next support levels for Bitcoin, which we had discussed. The next support for Bitcoin is at $117,000, and if it breaks that, the next support is at $113,000. The price could drop a lot if it continues like this, and that would also cause altcoins to fall significantly. Let's hope that if Bitcoin's price reaches $117,000, it holds at that level and manages to bounce back, so it can set new all-time highs. With what we're seeing in this scene, we've talked about Bitcoin for 10 days now. We said this is nothing but the fact that since it formed a shakeout in this area and the price went up here, it closed those gaps. We said if it wants to break through this area, then we can become bullish on Bitcoin, but it could not and got rejected. We made a good prediction, but unfortunately the price keeps going down. For now, there is no reason to worry about Bitcoin because its price is still close to its all-time highs. The real concern is for those who have invested in altcoins, because when Bitcoin's price drops, altcoins come under a lot of pressure and their prices fall even more. Where Bitcoin is likely to fall, it could drop another 3% or so. There is a chance it can hold itself here, around $117,000. As you can see, at about $114,000, it is sitting on the 50-day moving average and also the 100-day moving average. Even though these candles were very strong and took it to new all-time highs, just as we predicted, after all these green candles, there was a chance the price would fall, and unfortunately, that is what is happening. Let us see what happens in the next few days. In this section, we see a gap, and most of the time, the price might go there to fill those gaps. What I see for Bitcoin is that its situation is a bit complicated. Personally, I can say that in this area, if we look, there is a trend line here that has been in place for several years. From the lowest level Bitcoin reached in 2022 until now, this trend line has held, and if the price drops a lot and reaches around $107,000, and this trend line also breaks, that is a very strong support that has been tested twice and had two very good bounces. If these two levels break, and also in this scene, we have the 200-day moving average, I can clearly mark here and show that if Bitcoin's price breaks and goes lower in this area, we can say Bitcoin will enter a bear market and the entire crypto market will drop. Let us see what happens in the next few days. We have to hope that these two levels I have marked here hold. These are midterm supports, and let us see if it gets a good bounce from them. That is it for Bitcoin. Let us move on to the Ethereum chart. After Ethereum hit its all-time highs about a month and a half ago, it touched a new all-time high. The two lines I have drawn are the all-time highs for Bitcoin. For Ethereum. As you can see, it touched the all-time high but could not break through. Ethereum, like XRP and Solana, could not decisively break their all-time highs. They just touched them briefly and came back down. The same thing happened with Solana and XRP. They could not break through. This is a bit suspicious in the crypto market. Why coins like XRP, Solana, and even Ethereum still have not broken their all-time highs? Back in 2021, when Ethereum broke its all-time high, it went up strongly and confirmed the breakout. But this time, we have not seen that in crypto yet. Only one coin has really gone up well, and that is Binance Coin, which has broken its all-time highs several times and keeps going up. For Ethereum, the situation we are seeing is that there is a very important support, a very strong support between $3,900 and $4,000. It should not break below this price. If it does, things could get messy. I can draw a circle here. This circle is the most important level Ethereum needs to hold. If it breaks this level and goes lower, making lower lows, it will be very hard for Ethereum to recover, and it could even drop to $2,500. Let us see what happens. In the short-term time frame, Ethereum has had a very sharp pullback. I can draw a short-term support for you in this area, meaning Ethereum really needs to hold itself here and get a good bounce back up. If it loses this area, it will go lower to test its last support level, which is in this region. It is a very sensitive area for Ethereum, and it needs to hold this level. Also, if we look at the daily time frame, we can see that it has already lost its 50-day moving average, and the 100-day moving average is below. If it loses this level, it will go down and test the 100-day moving average as well. If it loses the 100-day moving average and the support level I have drawn here, things will get very difficult for Ethereum and it could drop significantly. That was the analysis video about Ethereum. It's at a critical point now. Let's hold here and move on to the chart of the total crypto market cap. It's the same here. As I said, this one is also on a very strong support level for now, but in the 4-hour time frame, it has made a lower low. In the scenario where Bitcoin reaches $117,000, it might come down to this area, and if it can hold itself here, that would be good. For now, it has almost lost the support level. The total crypto market cap without Bitcoin has almost tested its all-time highs, but hasn't been able to break through. This is suspicious. There's something very suspicious in the crypto market right now. Why can't they break their all-time highs? The market seems to have a problem, as altcoins haven't been able to break their all-time highs either. As you can see, the total market cap without Bitcoin couldn't break through, and even the total market cap without Bitcoin and Ethereum couldn't break and confirm its all-time highs. The total market cap without Bitcoin has tested its all-time high, got rejected again, and now the price might come down to this area and try to hold itself here. We'll have to see what happens in the next few days. This green box I've drawn here is a very strong support level, and it really needs to hold this level. If it drops below this level, you could say that crypto could enter a heavy multi-year bear market if this level is lost. It's a very critical point for crypto, for Bitcoin, and for Ethereum, the levels I've shown you. Be careful and remember that trading is never 100% certain and everything depends on probability. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance. It's gone up a bit and is testing the resistance we've drawn, which we've talked about for several days. We said this resistance needs to hold and reject Bitcoin dominance so it goes down, because when Bitcoin dominance goes down, it's very good for altcoins. We'll have to see what happens. If it gets rejected here and goes down, that's great for altcoins, and altcoins could perform very well. But what we're seeing is that it's hit this resistance several times and is pushing to break through and go higher. If it goes higher, altcoins will drop even more. It's very critical whether this level holds. We'll have to see what happens to the crypto market in the next few days. For now, what you need to watch is that this support level at $117,000 needs to hold. If not, the last support is at $114,000, and that really needs to hold to keep the crypto market up. Otherwise, the market will enter a bear market. That was today's video about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'd be happy if you like and subscribe, and don't forget that I'm not giving financial advice, and this is not financial advice. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.